Hi guys, it's Promise Sebastian here again. It's another wonderful Wednesday, and this time around we are learning birthday design. Okay guys, a lot was put into this design, but trust me, I'm gonna break everything down so you get a heck of it. Okay, so guys, without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna start by getting a blank background. So I'll go over to I'm already on the interface menu here, which has this circle, three circle dot. So I'm gonna click this white background and everything is gone now. I'm gonna click everything is gone now. So I'll start by importing my background. So I'll use this plus button up here to bring my background from the gallery. So you see I have options here, so I'll click this from gallery here. So I will get the backgrounds I used from my gallery. So this is my gallery now. So guys, this is the first background, so I'm gonna touch on it now. It's gonna bring it up for me. So I'm gonna use square dimension. This is all these things that are dimensions you can use to work with. Okay, dimensions I mean aspect ratio. Okay, so then we are gonna use this square dimension here. So we'll click this good button here below, and we'll have our image here. So I'm gonna draw this to fit in, but probably won't fit in. So I will go over to this shape interface for editing shapes, because this thing doesn't fit in. So how you know that it fits in is you go over to shape interface, and then you see this resize here. You click on it now. You see it's 98. So we'll draw them to 100. Just draw to the extreme, and we are good now. So I'll use relative position horizontal, and relative position vertical. This is good now. I'll click this good button up, over to layer. This is the layer 2, and then I'm going to lock with this key now so I don't mistakenly move it. So with the same process, I'll use plus again from gallery to bring another background I used for the design. So I'm in my gallery now, and this is the other background. So I'll click on it now again, so it brings it up. So the same square we use, so we'll use square, but this time around, you know, once you use square, since this is a landscape image, so you can decide to choose from here and leave this side, or you choose from here. So we are choosing from left now. So I'll click this good button below now, and I have this one again. So with the same process I did for this now, the first one. So I will draw, go over, I'm already on the shape interface, so go over to resize now, draw 100, and I'll click good, use relative position, relative horizontal, and relative vertical. I click good now. Over to layer, I will lock it now. So I'll bring the other background also. So I'll use plus now from gallery. So I'll bring this other background. Okay, tap on it now. So it's here again. So we use the same square dimension now. We'll use the square dimension, and get them we are gonna take from here. So we'll click OK now, and then we'll slide this now and resize again 100, and use relative position, relative horizontal, relative vertical. We'll click good button up, and we are good now. So I will lock all these guys now. So what I would want to do now is reduce the opacity so that I will blend these three backgrounds in now. So we'll start with this one first. This other one is the last one, so there's nothing we're gonna do on it. So we'll start with the second one now. We'll reduce the opacity of this one to 20. So this other one, we are gonna reduce the opacity to 30. So we are good now. We are good with this opacity. So then I will bring this guy up now, and with this arrangement I'm good now. So what I will do, I've locked all of them now. So what I want to do now is bring my image from my gallery, the girl I use for the design. So I'll use the plus button again from my gallery to bring the girl image I use for the gallery. So I'm here in my gallery now, and this is the girl image here. So I'll tap on it now. It's gonna pop out also. So you see, this was photo room I used to remove background. Okay, if you don't know app, if you still use remove.bg, I advise you switch to photo room, because it retains the quality of whatever you're doing. So let me just crop this gear out and click good now. So then I will resize and increase and draw and draw. So the gear size is 77 and height is 93. So I will resize this now to 77 and height to 93. So the height is 93 now, and we'll make this 77. So we are with this arrangement now, we are good. So we'll keep this gear somewhere here, and then bring up a little, and like this now it's okay now. So we'll lock the image of the girl so we don't mistakenly move it. So now it's time for us to bring in our text. So I'll use this plus button. Look at text here. You click on that when it brings up the text for you. So then I'm gonna draw this text now. I'll double tap on it to type in my birthday. So I'm gonna type them different. I'm gonna type the birth first before the day because there was a whole lot of work put in the text. So I'll type the birth now. Click done. So I'll resize. I'll resize to it gets big enough. So I'll check the size now. So I think 230 something is okay. So let's use 233. So this is okay now. So I'll head over to the font. I'm already on the font interface where you have tools, where you get tools to work on fonts. So I'll switch to my font here and probably go to my recent because I must have used the font. There is Antonio Bold. So this is the font here. Don't bother about the whole resource used on this design. They are there in the description link, so you get every single resource there. So I'll use bold now. Click OK, and then I'm gonna rotate this to -5. So we'll go over to rotate and see it's -4. So add will reduce and adjust till it gets to -5. So this is the angle now, -5, and this is the size. So you take it at the back. You can use this back tool here, this to back tool. You look at it, that's the name, to back. So or you can just head over to layer and drag it till it gets to the back. So let's just use to the back first. You see what I told you? So head over now and bring it up above the background so it gets in. So then I will go to color to change the color. These are actually colors I've used or I've worked with, but I'm gonna show you guys the color code so you know how to create it. So probably I will have all these default color now in pixellab. So let's choose this. You're gonna have it as the default color. So I'll use plus now, and then I will use this. You see this button that looks more like a pencil up here now. So you tap on it now. It brings up this menu where you can type in a color code. So you have to erase the color code that is there already because the color code will be there already. Then type in your color code. Our color code is 511 E. Use caps when you're typing color codes. Don't use small letter. So E0B. E0B. We'll go back now. We'll click good now, and this is our color code. And this is the color code. Note the color code. So we'll click OK now, and this is the color code. So I will click OK up here. Then I'm gonna, you see this text now is kind of spaced. So when they are jam packed, when they are reduced, the spacing is reduced. It's engage see the more. So we are gonna reduce the spacing of this text to -4, and this is it. I reduce the spacing to -4 and I'm good now. So I will copy this text again, bring it below, and then double tap on it. So type in my day, birthday, done, and up a little. So we are good now. So we use from the layer. This time is where we're going to put this one to the back. So I will draw from here. So it's at the back now. I will lock it so I don't move it. So it's time for me to get my other text, happy. So I'll use plus again with this text menu now. Click on it. I double tap on it now. Type in my happy. Happy. Hope you're happy. If you're not, cheer up. So I'm gonna change the font from this font interface here. So I'll go over to font 2 now. The font here is Autograph. That's the name of the font. Look at it here, Autograph. All these fonts are on the description link there. With there you can access them. So I'm gonna change this color to the yellow color we use. So note the color code now. I'm gonna call the color code. So I'll use this plus button now, and we'll use this pencil tool again to get the color code. So we'll click on it now. We'll have to erase this color that is there already. Probably whenever you click it, you will see a color. So just erase it. So the color code there is E caps. I told you when typing color code, use caps. ECB B100. So this is the yellow color. Now we'll click OK and we are good now. So I'm gonna resize this now to 130. So I'm good with this now. So I'll still take it to the back so it doesn't cover the girl's face. So we'll bring it up a little now. So this size now, this position is okay now. So I'm gonna lock it now so I don't mistakenly move it now. So what is next is for me to bring in my brush stroke that I used to type in the piece. So I'll use plus again from gallery, and this is the brush stroke that I used to type in the piece. So I'll tap on it now and it brings it up for me. No need to change dimension or resize it. So I'm gonna resize this now and rotate it. So everything has to be in the same rotation as the whole design. It has to be that the same -5. So we'll go over to this shape interface where you edit shape to check the size, whether it's the rotation angle, whether it's -5, others are. So this is -6, so I will add one and it's -5. Now click good up and we are good. So we'll change this color now. This color I used here is going to be on color menu here. Look at it there. So we'll tap on the color and we'll have the yellow now there. So what next is for us to get a text that we are going to use for the piece we wrote here. So we use plus again, text, and then we'll double tap on the text and type in the piece we want to type. So this is piece, this is piece. We'll click OK and then we'll resize now. The font I used there was still Antonio Bold, so we'll go back to the same font. Antonio Bold is the same font I used there. We'll change to the same color I used. I'll click OK now. That's the good button. So I'm gonna rotate this to the same -5. You can use, you see this button below, you can use it to rotate. So let's go back to this rotate. It's -10 now, so we'll adjust it, gets to -5. So -5 rotation is okay. So I'll resize this name now, place it somewhere below. So I'm gonna use, since probably if I'm moving my hand here, it's gonna be causing me a whole lot of problem, so I'll just use the resize tool and resize this now till it fits in. Resize to 28. Let's just leave it at 29 because if I touch it again, it might actually cross the size. So I'll move and adjust. So this is good now, but you can see that we don't have enough space to type in our text paragraph. So what we would want to do now is move everything up so we'll get space. So we'll mark this, we'll mark the girl and the background. So we use position 2. Now we are moving right because if we move right, some stuff is gonna go up. So we'll move right now. Actually didn't mark all of them together, so I'll mark there now, mark, except the girl and the background. So we are gonna add, we are not gonna mark. So after marking now, we use this menu here, this other menu after this delete looking menu. So we'll mark on it now. You see position, this other position 2 that is also in the main position 2 there. You use this one to move them all together now. So we'll move all together, bring up a little now. What I want to do now is resize this happy. So it occupies less space. So it's good. So move it left now. And like this now we are good now. So what next is for me to type in my text below. So I'll use plus button, text, double tap, and I'm gonna type in my text. Actually the text I wrote there is on my clipboard here, so I'll just have to paste it now. So I have it here already, so I'll click done and OK. So the font I use for this is Montserrat. I'm gonna share you guys the font also. I changed the color to this other color, but I'll have to make it dark. And I want you guys to learn something when working on colors. Learn how to maneuver with colors. When you are writing with paragraph, don't use the same color we are using for paragraphs for heading. Also, if the color is lighter for heading, when you're using it for paragraphs, it should be darker because they are small enough and they should have enough contrast so they can be seen. So the font I used here was medium, so I've changed to Montserrat medium. I'll click OK now. So I'm gonna resize it to 12. So then I will increase the size now. So I'm gonna rotate to the same -5. All the whole stuff that is gonna be here now are gonna be rotated in that same manner, so they look aligned. So what we would want to do now is move this girl so we can see the paragraphs now. Paragraphs. So we'll move her now, so we get some space for the paragraph. So with this now, I think the paragraphs have some space now. So what next to do now is move this whole stuff up a little bit. Okay, as you're working, and adjustments are gonna be made to make the design perfect. So we use the same pattern, this other tool here. We'll use the position tool now and move this up a little, so we'll have space beneath there. So I think this arrangement is good. This arrangement is good now. So we'll add shadow to the girl so that it looks realistic. So I'll add shadow to the girl, offset to -10. Offset to -10 now. So then I'm gonna use this color here, but I'm gonna reduce opacity really well. This is the main color code I called earlier. So opacity of this now is good. So we are done with this now. So what is left now is adding the date for the birthday, which is April, and some effect we added on this design, on the background design, which is very, very necessary. So I will use the plus button now to add the date before I start adding the effect. So the date is 30th April. 30th April. 30th April. So I'll click done now. So that is actually what I'm gonna teach you guys here. You see font here. We'll go back to recent because I must have used all those fonts. The fonts for the first 30, you see this blue slide now. The text is covering are the ones that whatever font you click here is going to affect on. Let's say let's cover 30 now and click on black text. You see it has added black effect on the 30 only because I covered it now. So I'll cover only April now and click on bold. So you see that is how it works. So then I'm going to change this color to the other color, the main color, and then I'm going to resize it. But then you can see that it's kind of spaced, which I don't need now. So I'm going to reduce the spacing here to -6, -7. Okay, so then I'm going to move it now. Move it up, move it. Okay, so somewhere here is okay now. So from the look of my text now, is looking jam-packed with the girl. So we'll touch on the girl now and bring the girl down now, so we'll have enough space to work with. So when you space your design looks perfect. Assuming I left it like that now, it's not perfect. What we would want to do now is resize this birthday so that we'll get enough space. In design, no matter what you are doing, no matter how creative, if there is no enough space there, the design is not gonna look perfect or okay. So I've marked the two of them now. I clicked layer now, mark the first one and the second one, which is the birthday here. This birth and this is day. Once you want to do double resizing, you click the layer here, then you see this button below. Now you touch this button now below here. You touch on the button and you can mark as many as any stuff you want to mark, so you can resize after marking them with these buttons here. You don't have to go over here, because if you go over here it won't work. So then we'll mark the buttons now. We want to mark, I'll mark the birth and the day now. So I'll use this other button here is for resizing and doing whatever you want to do. So I'm going to resize it a little. So 90% is good now. I resized it 90%. So I'm going to bring everything down now, so we'll have a whole lot of space to enjoy the design. So this is awesome. This is wonderful. So we'll mark all of them now and bring it up now, so that this guy can have his own space. So I'm bringing it up now. So at this point now we are good. So I'm bringing this apron down now. So what I want to do next now is copy this piece placeholder. So I'm gonna copy it now because I'm gonna use it on this apron now below here, beneath here. So I'll resize now and remove the rotation on it. So refresh. I told you guys, whatever effect you have here on whatever tool, once ever you see this button, if you click on it, it's gonna refresh it. Like keep it at its default size, rotation, or whatever function it had at initial state when you brought it. So I'm gonna move it up now, move it up and left. So I'll take it to the back now, back of this apron, so it covers what I want it to cover. So I'll move it left a little and then up again. So I'm gonna resize it now, size it one more and then move left. Okay, with this now I'm good now. So what is left now is for me to add the whole effect, because that is what makes the design much more aesthetic. So guys, what I want to do now is copy this birthday design effects now, copy it now, place it perfectly well to fit in this one now. So it's kind of fitting it. Then go over to texture here from gallery, and this is the texture design here. This is it now. Don't bother about the resources, they are all on the description link. So I'm gonna tap on it now, so it pops up on pixellab. So I'll click OK, this good button below, and then click good up now. So I'm gonna reduce the opacity to like 50, so opacity of 50. So adjust this guy now to fit in. So it's lapping very well now. So we'll copy the day and do the same as we did to the birthday, to the day, to the bed. So we'll copy the day now. Head over to texture again. So this is the texture now. So I'll tap on it now, and it pops up again. I'll click good now. So but watch what happened to this day. You see somewhere here, around here now, it's kind of looking as if it's parted. So what we want to do now to avoid this is increase the scaling here. You see this scaling, this texture. Scaling means it's actually increasing the size of this shape in this day, this shape inside the day. You see it's kind of inside it because it's working as a texture. So its scaling is increasing the size of the shape inside it. So reduce the opacity now to 50. So opacity of 50 again is good for this now. So what is left is another effect, which we are gonna bring in from gallery this time. The dots, the scratchy looking effect, we are gonna bring it in from gallery this time again now. So I'll use the plus button from gallery now, and I'm in my gallery. Okay guys, this is the effect now. So I'll click this good button below now, and then I'm gonna drag it now, use relative size now, 100, and then use relative position, relative horizontal and vertical. So I'll click good button up there now. So I'll change color now. This is the color to change color to white, and I'm good with this now. So I'll take it to the back so it doesn't cover the girl's face. So but then you see it's kind of much here, so I'll use position tool now to move the scratch. The scratch is kind of much there that I touched here, so we're gonna move it so it's not much. So something like this is moderate now. So then I will lock it so I don't mistakenly move it. So then there was a background looking curvy effect on the design, which was this birthday here. Okay, so I'm gonna make it visible. I actually cannot do it while recording this video because it's kind of really high and the pace is much, so it can't record and still work. It's gonna cut the video, so I just had to do it before then make it invisible. So bring it up now. So but I will teach you guys how it was done. So this is the effects now. Look at the size. The size is 378, and you click good. Now, so what else is you resizing the spacing? Look at the spacing here. You reduce the spacing to the extreme to -85. So, and that is it. So what you want to do again is change the color of the text now to this same color we are using. This is our initial color. Now then you reduce the opacity of the text to 8. So opacity of 8 now is moderate. You see now it's not on the background, so we'll take it to the back so it doesn't cover the girl's face, and we'll rotate it with the same -5 now. You see it's -5. So we'll click the good button up now, and then this is it. So we'll lock it now so I don't touch it. So let me lock it now. Okay, so guys, this is it. Thanks for watching this awesome tutorial. Okay, make sure you try it out. Even though you don't get it, try again. Okay guys, it's kind of complex, but thank God we smashed. Okay guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to hit this like button, share, and subscribe to this channel for more awesome videos like this. Okay guys, see you next Wednesday, and don't forget, keep creating.